Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Saturday, May 3rd. It's going to be another warm day ahead of this system moving in, and mainly late this afternoon, this evening, a few showers and storms to the west, but things really start kicking up in terms of shower and thunderstorm activity tomorrow, Monday, and into part of Tuesday. Now, the bulk of the moisture, most of the moisture will be down in the southeast corner. Another secondary area of higher precipitation over the central mountains, and it's still early May. We can get a little bit of light snow on some of those really high peaks, and that's what we're expecting with this system coming through. Even though most of the system's headed to our south. And you'll notice on the satellite, we have a system basically extending from southern Canada all the way down along the coast of California. The situation is going to be this: a closed low develops as the system moves inland, heads towards the Four Corners. That's the southern end of the split flow. The northern end of the split flow will shift over us and continue on into Canada and the far northern plains with a piece of that system. Somewhat a little bit complicated, but a piece of that system actually drops back across the area and even strengthens this low a little stronger as it heads toward the Four Corners and eventually the central United States by the middle of this upcoming week. The weather risk outlook, we really don't have anything highlighted with really any type of impacts or anything, just some showers and thunderstorms depending on where you are and which day of the week it is. Wednesday at this point looks dry. So at least Wednesday may be a dry day coming for everybody here in central and eastern Idaho. Taking a look at how things will progress as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. Later on today, we talked about a few showers and a few thunderstorms developing. Anything of consequence is likely going to be up around Chalice, Ellis, on up into Limhi County. Anything to the south, it's really dry out there this afternoon. So outside of the central mountains, anything that falls, you may get a lightning strike and may get a sprinkle, but mainly virga and maybe a few wind gusts over 35 over western areas. And certainly as we go through the day, a better chance of stronger storms, maybe a few severe storms over towards Boise into portions of southeastern Oregon. But you'll notice most of that stays to the west of us through tonight, and that trend will continue. But as we go into tomorrow, again, this system's a slow mover. It's going to be moving into our area as we go into tomorrow and certainly into Monday. And you'll notice by tomorrow afternoon, we've got two distinct areas developing, one over the central mountains, one entering to the southeast corner, and all of this will be shifting as the low goes to our south, eventually going from southeast to northwest and then east to west, and then from northeast to southwest on the backside of that. So not the typical necessarily flow pattern we see with the system coming in from the west, but one we do see with low pressure that is centered to our south, and certainly closed low that we're expecting with this particular pattern off to our south. So back to the rest of the forecast. Winds this afternoon not terribly strong. Maybe a few gusts over 30 miles per hour up in the central mountains and also over into portions of the Magic and Treasure Valleys this afternoon into this evening. And you'll see any precipitation that falls will be generally over our far western areas and certainly over into western Idaho this afternoon into this evening. Like I said, we might see a hundredth or here or there, or maybe just some sprinkles enough to wet the ground to say, hey, looks like it's raining out there this afternoon. Temperature-wise, 60s and 70s up around Chalice. It'll be near 80. We're also expecting 80 from Pocatello westward over into the Treasure Valley. Also down towards Malta, we'll see temperatures into the low 80s this afternoon as well. Going into tonight and tomorrow morning, just a little bit of wind still lingering in the Magic Valley. That mainly actually picks up late this evening and then kind of dies off going into tomorrow morning as that first wave. And it kind of has a signature. Maybe it's an outflow boundary from those storms off to our west. That's something we'll have to watching this evening and the overnight into the overnight hours and tomorrow morning. Again, precipitation tonight and tomorrow morning is really non-existent across the area. Most of it is still to our west. Going in tomorrow afternoon and evening, we've got some wind gusts again out of the west coming from the Treasure Valley into the Magic Valley, 25 to 35 miles per hour. And actually, we'll start to see late tomorrow evening into tomorrow night and Monday as the low shifts to the farther to the south and east, Those winds, especially over the northern areas, will start coming from the north while still remaining out of the west once you get along the 84-86 corridor. That is tomorrow night into Monday. You can see the precipitation spreading across the area tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Generally light amounts. It looked, though, with some thunderstorms, some stronger showers, a little better chance of precipitation south of Pocatello and also up into Lemhi County, the Frank Church area as well. And then to tomorrow evening, as the main band starts to shift northward and northwestward, a little higher amounts, especially in Lemhi County into southwestern portions of Montana. Temperatures tonight and tomorrow fairly warm across the area, even above freezing tomorrow morning in the Stanley. Temperatures will be cooler tomorrow, but we'll still see some 60s and 70s for the lower valleys across the area, so not a huge cool down with this system. If that low was over the top of us, it certainly would be a lot cooler across our area. Going into tomorrow night and Monday morning, you can see the main push shifting northward, and most of the precipitation generally around the Lemhi Range, up around Bora, on into southwestern Montana, and it even trails off a little bit tomorrow night into Monday morning, mainly because we do lose that instability and the potential for some quicker downbursts of rain coming with any showers or thunderstorms. And there are those winds going into Monday. You can certainly see those winds by afternoon. Still out of the west, but lighter across the Magic Valley and the Treasure Valley, but stronger coming out of the north, coming across the divide out of the Central Mountains by Monday. Those gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour in a few spots during that period. And you'll see by Monday afternoon and Monday evening, with the low shifting away, most of the precipitation will be over the eastern and southeastern highlands, especially over the southeast corner during that period. Temperatures tomorrow night into Monday, they still cool off, but we're still warm across the board, 50s and 60s in the lower elevations for highs on Monday. Maybe some snow down in a few spots, down to around 6,000 feet tomorrow night into Monday morning. But most of the snow will be definitely higher elevation snow. Anything below that, if it does fall, will certainly melt once we get later on into the day. Temperatures for Monday night into Tuesday, you'll notice we continue to cool off at night, but still warmer temperatures in the afternoon on Tuesday. That's because we start to lose more cloud cover and the chance of showers, except for over the far eastern areas going into Tuesday. Taking at this system as a whole, going through this afternoon all the way into Tuesday morning when the bulk of the moisture falls, you can see the two general areas of higher precipitation over the southeast corner and also up into the Central Mountains, especially Lemhi County, but higher with the wraparound band and that northern split pushing across Montana. Some areas in the southeast corner here, a quarter to half an inch, maybe just half an inch to 3/4 of an inch with that as well. And again, if it's snow in the highest peaks, really not even a lot of that expected with the warm temperatures coming our way. And going into Wednesday with it being dry and more sunshine, we're quickly back into the low to mid 70s over the lower elevations. So once again, it's going to be another warm day out there, but we do start to see some clouds and some showers and thunderstorms creeping into our western areas this afternoon, and we'll start to see that spreading over the rest of the area tomorrow and into the first part of next week. Have a great Saturday, and do stay safe out there, everyone.